Hello, Pastor Doug, back again with another video. Today we're going to do one of our silly quiz videos, and today we're going to figure out how Connecticut are we? Are we a true Connecticut Yankee? So I'm doing this video in honor of my friend Greg Madison, who fled the state of milk and honey to go live someplace down south where they have terrible weather. So, first question, what is your age? I don't know what that has to do with being Connecticut, but I'm an old person. Well, actually, that might relate. There are a lot of old people up here. What is your gender? We are a gender-confused state, but we are going to go with male because, well, I'm male. The capital of Connecticut is, that is Hartford. The theme song of the Hartford Whalers, yay, hockey team, was dun 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 dun. My father used to take me to see the Hartford Whalers in the 70s, and that is the epic Brass Bonanza, which is now actually played at the Yard Goat baseball team in Hartford. The state bird of Connecticut is the robin, the finch, the barn owl, the peregrine falcon. I think it's the robin. I'm going to guess on that one. Connecticut's nickname is the Constitution State. There it is. Wait a minute. The Nutmeg State. It's both. We are the Constitution State because we hid the Constitution in a tree, and we're the Nutmeg State because we don't grow nutmeg. We smuggled nutmeg. Those crazy Connecticut Yankees. Number 7. Connecticut is one of the original 13 colonies. Absolutely. Which number was it in the order of the state joining of the Union? I think it's 5th. We're going to go with 5th. Connecticut has had how many female governors? Ella Grasso was the governor in the 70s. I remember that. Very famous woman. So it's definitely not 0. Is it 1 or 2? I don't think there was a female governor after Ella Grasso. Was there one before? I'm going to go with 1, but I'm not sure about that. How many congressional districts are there currently in Connecticut? When I grew up in Connecticut, they originally had 6, and that was, of course, back in the 70s. I moved away for a while, and when I came back, the congressional district I was in disappeared, and it was actually the most conservative one. It was up in the northwest corner, and it became part of Hartford, one of those liberal parts in the state, and so there's now 5. We lost a congressman, and that's probably a good thing because we're a crazy blue state. The mascot of the University of Connecticut is a husky. Yes, because we're from Alaska. What is the mascot's name? That's Jonathan, because I went to UConn. A lot of my family went to UConn. Combined, the University of Connecticut's men and women's basketball teams have won how many national championships? Hasn't Gino won like 11 or 12 or something crazy like that? And the men have won at least, I think, 4. So I'm going to go with it's 7, but I think it's a lot more than that. The city of Hartford is protected by levees to protect it from the Connecticut River flooding. Which natural disaster prompted the building of the levees? That's going to be the flood of 55. Blizzard of 88, no idea about that. Flood of 36. Hurricane of 38, flood of 55. That was a huge thing. Actually, half of Winston disappeared, so it's the flood of 55. Which of the following is not a museum or historical landmark in Connecticut? Ooh, Wadsworth Atheneum. That's a beautiful museum in Hartford. The old State House. That's beautiful. The Hillstead Museum. The Thomas Hopkins House. The Peabody Museum in New Haven. That's beautiful. The Mark Twain House is beautiful in Hartford. It's going to be one of these 2. I'm pretty sure the Hillstead is one. So I'm going to go with the Thomas Hopkins House. It's a little bit of a guess. How many counties are there in Connecticut? I don't know. I'm going to guess 6. That's one thing about New England. Counties are irrelevant. When I've lived in the Midwest and the South, counties are everything. In New England, it's all about towns. So I'm going to guess 6. I might be wrong on that one. How many telephone area codes are in Connecticut? When I was young, there was only 1, and now there is 2, unless they've added some I didn't know about. It was originally it was originally 203, and they tacked on 860. Which of the following athletes was not born in Connecticut? Willie Pep, never heard of him. Marlon Starling, I've heard of him. Christy Lilly. Ray Allen went to school in Connecticut. Bill Romanowski. Jimmy Parasail. I have no idea. I wonder if Ray Allen is a trick, because he's probably the most famous from the University of Connecticut. I literally have no idea. I'm going to guess Ray Allen, who did go to the Yukon Huskies, but I wonder if that's, kind of a tricky thing. Of the following actresses, which was not born in Connecticut, I have no idea. Jane Fonda, Katharine Hepburn, Susan Sarandon, and Donna Reed. I'm going to go with Jane Fonda, just out of total guess. In the 1960s, there was a riot by concertgoers in New Haven. Yes, there's actually a good YouTube documentary about that. When the lead singer of the rock band was arrested by the police. Which band was involved? Oh, I have no idea. So, the Rolling Stones, maybe the Doors. He died really early. Jefferson Airplane, Black Sabbath, Nirvana. That's kind of before the 1960s. I'm going to go with the Rolling Stones. Yeah, the New Haven Coliseum, I forgot the name of it, was quite famous and was kind of wild. There's actually, again, an interesting YouTube documentary about that. Fairfield County's nickname is, never lived there, so I don't know, the Millionaire's Mile. It's very rich. The Gold Coast, again, it's very rich. The 95 Corridor, Fairfield's more southwest and 95 is south. The Land of Steady Habits. That's the general nickname of Connecticut. I'm going to call it, I'm going to go with the Gold Coast. I'm not sure about that. Hartford is the home of which of the following institutions of higher education? Trinity College, that's in Hartford. Wesleyan University, I don't know. The University of Connecticut is in Storrs and other place. Central Connecticut is not in Hartford. Yale is New Haven, and Connecticut College is someplace else. Trinity is in Hartford. Which of the following rivers does not flow through Connecticut? The Algonquin, the Connecticut, the Farmington, the Housatonic, the Thames or the Thames, and the Manos. Well, I know Connecticut, Farmington, Housatonic definitely are in Connecticut. I've canoed them. Algonquin, I'm pretty sure is in Connecticut. I think there's a river, we mispronounce it because in the English it's Thames or Thames. I have no idea what this one is. The Manos. I'm going to go with that one. Manos? The word Connecticut is a Native American origin. Is roughly translated as what? The long river which flows to the sea, the land of rolling hills, all those are true, the home of the great bear, I freely get bears in my backyard, a place of many forests. Connecticut is just full of trees, and I have to laugh, because when Europeans come over here, they're like, it's all forest. I'm like, no, it's not a forest, it's just woods. It is interesting on where you live is your perception. I believe Connecticut refers to the long river which flows to the sea. Let's see how we did. I am a true Connecticut Yankee. There we are. You are proud of a Connecticut resident as it gets, and you'll probably live the rest of your life here. Oh no, I'm doomed. Your family has probably lived in the state for generations. Actually, my parents are from Massachusetts, but we're New Englanders way back to the second Mayflower. When people ask where you are from, we'll probably say Connecticut. It has its strengths, it has its weaknesses. And you haven't spent more than a month out of the state at any one time. And I've lived in other states. So what's the other options? You are a Connecticut resident in good standing. You lived there for 5 years, 2 years. Went to college there. You're probably from Alabama. Oh, they don't tell you what the right and wrong answers are. Oh, I kind of want to know. So we got most of them right. That's interesting. I'm a good Connecticut Yankee. I'm a swamp Yankee. I know that. So I know how to say idea because there's an R in that word someplace. Well, I hope that helps. Probably didn't, but I hope you enjoyed it. As always, Christ's grace and peace to you all. Amen.